Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for coming here and joining us, brothers and sisters. Today, on the day of World TaMul Day, like we inaugurated last year, I'm not going to repeat everything that was said last year. For that purpose, we have our Facebook and YouTube video down. If you go down in the footer, that's there, you can see all that. If you had noticed our agenda, we started off with our regular get-together, the reception, as well as having a small lunch together. And thanks for bringing in your food and having that with us. Then we just concluded with Brother Ali, who just gave us two important tips in his bayan. One is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his blessings always is important, the intention, commitment to him, and follow the great leader we had in Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Can you go down? So if you see that, that is our guiding principle of TaMul when we had originally kicked off. These are the principles, the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the principle that we have laid out with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his teachings, as well as Quran as our guide. Then, of course, with our own cultural the flavor that we wanted to bring in, that's the the whole TaMul principle. We want to go back to the annual report real quick to give a debrief of what happened since we launched last year. So in Q1 last year, we inaugurated the way we are celebrating today. It's not a big celebration, just to say, it's just a get together, I would say. So we started getting together, launched this concept about the World TaMul Day, World TaMul Now, why that is required, what it is. It is an identity, it's a voice, service, end of the day it's a necessity. So put everything in perspective, then the TaMul world came out. We have a great explanation in our FAQ. We frequently ask questions where you can see all the details where we have done. So in the short time, with so many commitments, we all have the theme that you see in the website, the mix that we had, we could achieve what we can achieve so far. Alhamdulillah, this is the evidence of what we explain, what we will do, what we can do. So just to quickly go through some of that things. When we were launching TaMul, we had the catastrophe in Gaza, cyclone, if you all remember. Whatever we could do at that period while founding, while kicking off this major TaMul concept, whatever we could do, whenever people had reached out, we did in many ways. If you go to this project page where we have explained a disaster relief scheme, so there we gave out all the details and we connected with the organizations that they wanted as an enabler, helping them to speed up the activities they were doing while we were thinking to establish the whole infrastructure. You can use TaMul as a template and framework for any kind of disaster they would face. We can have it better. The preparation for those things, that's there in the website too. What we did was we joined, TaMul is a global, also a local focus, right? So we all live here. We were contemplating what else we can do. What we did was we partnered with the local Zanasa service organization. So we went there, we joined them, we explained our TaMul, the strategy, goal, tactical mandates and everything. So some of the families joined us, we went there, we explained. So from there we started, we invited them here, so they could not join today, but we'll have to plan better for in the future things. So that's one of the important thing for us. What it is, we are going to detail everything with reference to Janasa services with their assistance, inshallah. So that's one thing we kicked off. We already started doing something. So they are willing to support us in many ways possible. Inshallah, we would have, we might join them in one of their, events, inshallah, to learn what it means to us with reference to America, for example, or somebody lives in somewhere else. This will be localized, inshallah. Like last year we said, if you see one of our projects, we have an immigration guidance. That's one of the important topics that we took. A lot of us, people asked if TaMul can help. To our knowledge, a lot of our organizations, especially Muslim-centric organizations, are not even, I don't know whether they thought about it or they are deep down there. But this is one thing, it's been a pressing need for a lot of our families here, and it is triggered everywhere too, right? So that's, if you have been following our immigration guidance that's been updated, Brother Abu Tahir has been updating us. We are giving a lot of details and helping them to get the right guidance. We are not the legal firm to provide assistance or the legal advisors, but what we can do is we get the information from actual sources, including talking to senators and other people. We get the information from actual source instead of somebody's opinion changes those things. You don't want to hear from somewhere else from our intermediaries. Hence, we decided to go and extract those information from actual source, including providing the live the Senate and House Judiciary Committee updates in the live sessions. We all would have witnessed that we have been doing, we are doing, and I'm sure you're all following with your own. So that's one thing, whatever we could do there. And there several organizations, after they came to know about TaMul, they are willing to help and having a counseling session with us. That's where they interface the outreach with other organizations outside of Muslim community, which we can leverage definitely. We will in a friendship manner. So that's another area we may, those kind of immigration forums conducted to help the fellow families here and other individuals out here to see what best we can do in terms of guidance. Then I don't know how many of you know about the Chennai Metro Rail Limited. There is a big land acquisition game. So TaMul is not only in it's a global organization. So wherever at the chapter level, the people, the local Jamaat, wherever they come and ask, hey, if you could help us, we have this problem, then we have the advocacy services, where we have a lot of our lawmakers from back home that you see in the website, and also various the intellectual people in the public service in terms of activists and the other roles they play. So based on their inputs, we have taken that to TaMul's program to see what we can help. This one more of reaching out to our current the lawmakers in Tamil Nadu Assembly to see what best we can help our people. So that's one program we started off. That's going on. Then everything comes with such a small get together to have some outing event. That's what we conducted here, and every chapter we tell them locally based on your convenience or interest and conduct. So we did that also here, and you all remember, inshallah, will continue to do such programs. If you also noticed from our TaMul website, the theme, there are a lot of brothers being listed, but there are a lot of sisters also at the multiple levels or part of TaMul. They are serving primarily from the Muslim women interest, the minority women interest. There are programs that's been for newcomers here. There is a program that I explained last year too, the Minority Women Empowerment Project, and that detail is there in the website if you all see. That explains what is the really benefit. If, say for example, if we contribute, I think if we identify a Muslim, I think overall, I think 9 crores or 10 crores this has for Tamil Nadu level. That's one program our leadership team is really in touch with, and they are bringing it. The full details there in the website in the Minority Women Empowerment Project, and please refer there. That is a good multiplier project, So please, try to avail that feature and help our community. For that, we initiated. There was a campaign done in multiple languages, English, Urdu and Tamil, and our principals from different colleges, they spoke about the topic. So part of TaMul, what we are doing is TaMul Kanjinal, that's another program. This one, we attempted to do, there is a Aviso, there is a organization. What they do is, they bring all mentally ill people from Tamil Nadu. They are housed in one place, and that organization is catering to the need of all the people they need. They are mentally weak or sick or ill. They are not technically disabled people. So that organization we supported through Tamul Kanji Day, helped whatever we could do. So that kind of organization we help. Plus, if we can locally get together and do that, we will continue to, inshallah, at a chapter level too. Then, there were a lot of on-demand programs. You would have noticed from Brother Abu Tahir, who has been the global PR, the public relation communicator, who is taking care of a lot of communication aspects. You would have seen a lot of other on-demand programs based on a need. We would have, conducted, we would have communicated. As we communicated in the inaugural year on the TaMul, the matrimony services, we are in a pilot program, and this is being given primarily to some elders as well as some sisters to help people who really need matrimonial assistance. So there is a greater detail in our website which explains about the program completely. Then we got some profiles that's been floated around. This is really a program that we need to follow various other league rules, and so many other factors are there. And for that, we have initiated that program. Website is there, profiles are coming, we are collecting. So inshallah, we are planning to establish the team at a global level. That's another thing, it's in play since TaMul has started. Then recently, last month in November, not last month, in November, we invited Professor Semomo, who came and attended our education and employment meet. He has been serving as education advisor. Especially, he is running the IAS Institute. TaMul is thinking in those directions, right? We have been studying arts, science, and so many other things. What it takes us to really push our kids, the younger generation, into the IAS, IPS, the top level studies that being only dream or only we read from others, we knew from others, what it takes. So we are exploring that also part of this program, inshallah. If anybody needs, if you have a person who you want to sponsor to become IAS officer, IPS officer, or from within family or friends or anywhere please let us know. We have a good connection. There is IAS Institute in Chennai, operating out of Chennai, so we can look them in, and they can help there. So that's one of the important mandate for us to bring our next generation, not only in a regular the education stream, and also bringing into the top level, so that we can spot the trends much earlier rather than working around that something which is happening later, right? So inshallah. That being said, these are some of the programs that we could do in a year with all your assistance, of course, duas, and so many people are there. And in fact, if you see, everybody is occupied on their own vision, dreams, the intellectual contributions in organizations. Beyond that, they saw a value in TaMul, and they all came and contributed. that's a very great thing that this community got. Inshallah, we'll continue to expand this portfolio as well as, you know, of course, like I said last year, there is something called the operational efficiency. Anything we do, there is always potential optimization, modernization, how to migrate from one to another, right? So always there is an opportunity to do those things. Will continue to improve, inshallah. That being said, now today 2020 has started. Again, we have started. Every January we will have the World TaMul now, the World TaMul Day. Part of that, what's next? A small teaser giving you some background about what's coming up, part of TaMul 2020 and beyond. So that being said, what we are doing is we are coming into, okay, so as an organization, yeah, we do, that's good, but if we stop there, I don't, that's where I'm going to call Brother Sahil to talk about the t-shirt idea. That's one of the campaign that we are doing part of TaMul. Then we have created YouTube channel. A lot of our leaders are coming up. So this is going to be an active media, inshallah. There are a lot of leaders are going to contribute. We have already reached out. The videos, their content started coming in. That YouTube channel will be there. Please subscribe to that, and we will communicate maybe as soon as today or in the coming days. Then part of it, we want to have a larger TaMul online conference where we bring a lot of intellectuals, the philanthropists, and so many other people covering various topics. Inshallah, this YouTube channel will be our primary channel that will continue to bring in various, the original contents, if you will. So, inshallah, we are, stuck to one language. For example, in this case, we are going to see contents in any language, but primarily English, Urdu, and Tamil are our three primary languages. Any context coming in that field, we'll accept,
if it's still
and
getting
with right
projected
translation,
because
inshallah,
I tried to
we will
zoom.
put it out there.
It started showing me.
The last one you have seen in the bottom of the recent communication from TaMul, the Global Intellectual Forum. That's another thing we are thinking to do. So, see, like other organizations, we just don't want to stop. See, every organization is doing their unique way of doing. Alhamdulillah, they are doing great. But I think it's a time to think very intellectually what it means. How we can be the intellectual group, the primary advisory group that can enable whole organizations. And this means that leveraging the intellectual knowledge, expertise from other belief, other organizations to take it to next level, inshallah. That's kind of debrief I wanted to give you from last year and what's going to come to next year in a summary, inshallah. And that being said, I would like to call Shahil to give a quick brief about what is this teaser concept and how to materialize that. Jazakallah, brothers, I'll give to Brother Sahil. After that, we'll have.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. So first, it's great to be connected like this as a group. We're on World TaMul Day, and many thanks are due for Mansoor Bhai and all the other people who worked so hard to make it. Also, big thanks to the sisters for giving us such lovely food today. Right? All of us agree on that. So, like what Brother Mansoor was explaining to us, TaMul has a very vital role that it plays. Right? Not only at it's both at an individual level through services such as the Janaza service, the matrimonial advocacy, and all of us understand that there is something that connects all of us. One is the language, and second is our faith. And what happens is, Muslims in North America are a minority, Indian Muslims are a smaller minority, and Tamil-speaking Muslims are an even smaller minority, right? But alhamdulillah, there is something that is very unique that binds us all together. We have a common culture, and through Tamil, what that does is it helps us all come together. And so I hope all of us feel proud. One is that we are Muslims, second is also that we are also Tamil Muslims. Right? And having said that, all of us are also ambassadors for Tamil, right? I mean, Tamil is a growing organization where it has, there are Tamil Muslims all around the world, so it has tremendous reach. So as ambassadors, we want to also represent ourselves. So that was the idea where we said that, we have a beautiful logo, why don't we start having t-shirts that we can wear at events such as this, right? Not only at events such as this, even in other community events that we go to. Now, if we go to the next slide, I wanted to show you what we thought about, how we can go about getting these t-shirts. What many people did, or many organizations do, is that they make t-shirts ahead of time and then they sell them. But what we decided was to give the flexibility to the people, because obviously sizes, color preferences, all that changes. So we decided that we will go with either a Vista print or any other t-shirt printing vendors, and we can actually start making our own t-shirts, right? So this is just the next couple of slides talk about how we can use Vistaprint as a vendor. So in this, if you see that there are different options, and they range all the way from $10 up to about $20. The most important thing that you need is the logo when you are using this. So the logo you can actually get by emailing info@tamilmuslims.org and request for the logo. So the logo will be sent to you. So you can use that logo when you are ordering your own t-shirt, right? So that is the best, because that way we can choose our own size, color and whatnot. But at the same time, there will also be some general guidelines, so that, as long as you're within these guidelines, it makes sense. That way we are not, people don't show up with completely different colors, or it doesn't look like, they're like a collection of, different, and everyone is looking unique, right? So we want to have some variety, but at the same time within certain guidelines. Now, you can just go on to the next couple of slides very quickly. So just shows that, so we have custom t-shirts, and there are, of course, the basic, which is a very simple cotton t-shirts, and we also have premium quality. And if you scroll down further, you can actually pick what sort of, they have different logo styles in terms of where you can have the logo printed front and back. And then if you go down even further, you can check out. So what the guidelines will give you is certain parameters in terms of where you want the logo to be displayed, how it should be displayed. And typically what we recommend is having maybe a single color t-shirt. That way, the logo doesn't get displayed. Typically what we see is white and black is where the logo appears really well. So if you can stick to either a white background or a black background, the logo really shows well. Okay. So those are a couple of things. And just very quickly, I wanted to also kind of cover a few things. Now, when we wear this t-shirt, obviously feel free to, when we print and when we wear this, I want us just to cover just a few points. One is, I hope we feel like we are ambassadors for TaMul, right? But I don't want us to feel that we are spokespeople for TaMul, right? What is the difference? Why do I say that? See, the thing is, when we are wearing a t-shirt and we are going that has a logo, we will get, when we interact, people ask, what is this logo? What does this organization do? I want us to feel comfortable about talking about what TaMul does, what TaMul is. But at the same time, if you're ever put in a position where we're asking you some questions, maybe on a controversial topic, or what's going on, what is TaMul's stance on a particular incident, an issue, something that happened, I don't want you to feel that you need to become the spokesperson. One of the best things you can always do is tell them that, hey, there is info@tamilmuslims.org, feel free to ask your questions. We have a PR team that will actually handle these questions, right? Now, even from the very inception of, when you do anything good, you'll always have resistance. And not that it is because people have bad intentions, it's maybe because people don't understand also. So let us stay clear of any of those controversies. So if any time you are asked about any current affairs, any situation that is happening in India, anything that is happening in the world, and what is TaMul's stance, you can always direct them to the website, direct them to our peer team, direct them to places where they can actually get the organization's response on this, right? So with that, I just wanted to kind of thank you all for coming, and with that, we'll just open up a Q&A. if anyone has any questions, and Mansoor, if you want to come up and maybe take those questions, inshallah.
Jazakallah, brother. Sahel, it was a good presentation and explaining what the concept is, and it's an ambassador approach rather than any other approach. And we have, alhamdulillah, good thoughtful PR team to handle that. So then, of course, if you see in our website, we have so many the high achievers, high profile people in our team, and they are supporting in many capacity. When we call, whether our current sitting MP or ex-MP or MLA currently sitting in front of Chief Minister or MP sitting in front of Prime Minister, alhamdulillah. So TaMul has got that kind of network and connections. So that all comes through the pure intention, like Sheikh Khalil said, right? Submit yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, follow Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, everything will fall in easily. So that's what we are doing, alhamdulillah. So now, part of our agenda today, we said we will have a group discussion around the current affairs, which we are not going to record, live cast. What we are going to do is, we are going to take those key points. See, sometimes one idea, one point will change unexpectedly, So that's where I told a lot of our leaders that, we will assemble. Of course, we are all watching ideas from, so many TV or radio or any other public forums. But let's see if we can also change something from here, so you never know. In America they say, right, so a lot of the new technology companies are started from garage. So something like that, you never know. Okay? So TaMul from Masjid Athar may change something what's going on back home or what we don't know yet, right? So inshallah, with all right intention, we can do a quick Q&A, discuss on the current affairs. Brothers, Jazakallah for joining here. Let's have a quick group discussion. Then we'll conclude from there, inshallah. Any questions, brother? Anything on the TaMul mandate, the way it operates, or any recommendations and suggestions, like I said, right? Either to further modernize, or migrate, or transform, or optimize. Always inputs are welcome with all right intentions. It's an open, like I said, we are in infancy. If you think from that perspective, relatively speaking, with other organizations, they are mature, but always such a new organization can serve a niche, and we can take it from there, inshallah. Thank you everybody for joining, brothers. Let's have a quick discussion, because we are going to take some points, and we'll see maybe 10, 15 minutes or 30 minutes, however it can go. We'll take it from there. Inshallah, brothers, we are concluding today's program. Thank you all for joining, and thank you all for listening in to this and watching from everywhere. And we'll get to share this. And sure, come on over. Okay, yeah. Can you go to homepage in the website, please? That's a good question from Brother Farooq. If somebody asks, he can ask him to write email. There are some certain principles that I highlighted. That's there in the website. What is TaMul? It's, under Islamic roof. And we are all from, say Chennai or Tamil Nadu or Tamil speaking background. It's not only stick to Tamil, right? So it talks about multiple language. It has got a complete vision, mission, strategic goal, and all that is being detailed out in English as well as in Tamil language. That's one thing. Sometimes, people may ask one-liner, right? So if you want to ask the one-liner, say it's a global non-profit organization having certain programs. There are 6 pillars, They are listed out there. Online halakha, legal guidance, legal services, disaster relief and assistance related things, matrimonial services, janasa services, and networking, on multiple things. So this is also there. Can you please go up into website? And this was strategically thought out. It took some time to really come into and form that. Could you please go up? Can you go to homepage? Yeah, you're on the homepage, right? So can you go to services? If somebody is asking what are services are doing, so these are the 6 services. Can you come down? These are the 6 pillars of services that we have, undertaken, and these are the areas we are focusing on. If you see, the Gaza, for an example, matrimonial services, the online alaka to share the knowledge, and the legal guidance we are doing, then the network and meetup, and also legal guidance that we are doing, charity assistance. So these are the areas at a program level. Can you please go up? At a project level. So this project currently explains the Gaza Cyclone Project, Muslim women empowerment, immigration guidance, matrimony. So it explains all the projects that this team is working on, right? How they can contribute, and it has got completely detailed information on the different projects. And this can change. Sometimes we may take on-demand projects, like for example, right, the whatever the get-together we do or employment education meet, those things may come. So that's the answer. There is no short answer. Short answer could be just highlighting, hey, this is, a large team is involved, and see the team profile. That's one thing. That will give a lot of flavor to them. Second thing, see list of services, about 6 I said. Then there are list of projects being undertaken. There are some opportunities, and we have FAQ where we have written all the questions, because sometimes people will ask one question that may lead to several other questions. They are all written there. Yeah, exactly. Any other question?
Can you talk about how TaMul is going to be different from any other cultural organization?
So define me culture. I mean, this is a Tamil Muslims, right? So, like you said, we have our own principles. That principle we are going to uphold at all time. That we don't know if other organizations would do. But with a culture flavor, like for example, we are all coming from Tamil Nadu, India. It has got certain culture. We don't have to give up. I mean, Tamil never expects anybody to give up their culture or background or language or family value. People have different values from different perspective. So that's the, another key difference. The third thing, I don't know if, an organization at this size and age would have this kind of team. See, can you please go back to the team? And this team is growing. There are a lot of people are still not there. And just see the team profile, right? If you have a own problem, we know how to go and where to really go and escalate or, inform. It's just a great team is here. The content that we are going to get from this team is going to be amazing, I can tell you. And getting one video, one content, it takes so much time because they are very heavily occupied. They have got so many things going on. And also they got very good intellectual knowledge, the connections and network, the power that we have. This is like covering multiple countries. And for this year, we got a lot of profiles still we did not update. Inshallah, that's going to come there. We are going to grow. A lot of other people are going to come here. It's like growing. The problem is we don't have a lot of time to, spend and curate, bring in, so so TaMul has got so many things. On a flip side, people ask me, man, why you are touching everything? But there is a need from different angles and perspective, and so why don't you just take one and do that? See, that's where there are a lot of organizations are there. Say, So many things I can highlight. They take one portfolio of service and go there. But if you ask me, at least from me, the people, everybody, you are all involved, I want you to think, push the thought process to go, think beyond and go, try to serve, multiple things with small amount of time that we got. That's where that intellectual powers will be extracted, inshallah. So that's the answer. And if you are coming to TaMul with a short answer, I don't think you'll get it. Excellent questions, really. Anybody else? Brothers, especially newcomers, definitely you would have a lot of questions. Challenges? You know what? Challenge is the first good step for us to really, achieve this kind of outcome, right? See, putting effort is one thing, converting that into outcome is next thing, right? So, putting effort is, I can ask you, you can ask me, or we all can put. Converting into measurable outcome is the real challenge. Otherwise, people like you and everybody, it's very difficult to convince, right? See, it is an outcome-based organization rather than, just putting effort, then wait something to happen. It's a pure outcome-based organization. So the challenge is converting those efforts and outcome into the result. Actual outcome is very, very important. Of course, the thought process, right? There is always a challenge. How do you get all those things triggered? Alhamdulillah, I have been in the public service for maybe 30 years, and since long time, wherever I go, I do something. That's in me, like that. But also, I attach with those kind of people. It works, always in a good result. Always there is going to be some misunderstandings. The challenge is going and explaining everybody about this path. Maybe we need to write a book to explain that, So that's the challenge. There are too many things in my mind, your mind. They're putting in a connected way, right? There is another challenge. Inshallah, those kind of challenges we will avoid. And of course, yeah, so I did not really talk about that actually. So funding is a challenge for every organization, if you see, including every masjid that we go pray there. TaMul also has equally there, The first thing is use Allah's ni'mah, whatever He has given, see that as your first lever to kick off. Then go and ask people, extract, and I believe the other way around. Without we asking, people should give the fund. So, you haven't seen any funding request from TaMul. I don't think you have seen anything. So what we want to do is, we want to show that outcome, let people do whatever they wanted. So that kind of approach we want to take. But see, this is again, you are helping ourselves, right? For example, right, the TaMul's thinking about how we can help on the current affairs, not just only getting together, right? So those things need a lot of funding assistance, inshallah. We will reach out, and if you guys, nobody should wait for us to reach out. Actually, the amount of things that we do, see, this is all about the intellectual power, the will, submitting ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, doing everything for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, things will fall in place. That's what I believe always, that's another thing. Any other question, brothers? What we'll do is, quickly we'll do, the Masura on the current affairs, right? To see how we are thinking from people back home who are really depressed a lot. We may have a fresh thinking, fresh thought. How that thought process brings out an outcome here compared to others, maybe we can pass it on, So that's kind of idea. I think we'll be out of time by the time we finish this quick, discussion. Why don't we do that? And Jazakallah for joining here. I hope we could answer. And more questions are answered in the frequently asked questions. All right? Jazakallah, brothers and sisters, and everybody joining here.